evening to one and all. I'm here again by Holy Innocents Primary School, which is situated at Ashford, St. Thomas. And again, this Ashford is spelled S-H-F-O-R-D. And this is the road to Harrison's Cave and Welsh. So again, I'm by Holy Innocents Church and School. Holy Innocents Primary School, which my family, from my mother's side, would have received their primary education. So, my grandmother, my great aunts, great uncles, great grandparents, and so on. My first two aunts and other cousins and relatives received their primary education right here at Holy Innocents Primary School. So over here is vacant land, lot for sale. So again, I'm in the countryside in the beautiful parish of St. Thomas here in Barbados. So I'm in the heart of Barbados. St. Thomas here in Barbados can best be referred to as the heart of Barbados or the central uplands of Barbados. There is no sea nor coastline in these parishes. These are the two landlocked parishes in Barbados that are best referred to as the heart of Barbados or the central uplands of Barbados. This is the church here, in which I have lots of family laid to rest. I'm smelling something like saltfish up here. I don't know what it is. Something smells a fishy thing. This is the school building with the mural graphic on it that was done by Miss June Connell in 2005. Depicting things in St. Thomas. You can see Mr. Lester Vaughan, the former principal of the school from the 1950s and 1960s. He's the one who also wrote the National Pledge as well, Lester Vaughan. Here, reading to the students. The students down below here. Lester Vaughan was the principal here in the 1950s and 1960s. He taught my first two aunts. So most of the students born in the 50s and 60s, late 40s, 50s and 60s would have been tutored by Lester Vaughan. The monkey in Welshmore Hall Gully. This is also in St. Thomas, and the windmill over here. This is either Sturgis Plantation or Morgan Lewis Windmill in St. Andrew. Morgan Lewis is the oldest windmill in Barbados and in the Caribbean, and the only working windmill in Barbados as well. So we're walking up to the church now, Holy Innocents Anglican Church. Have lots of family laid to rest in this churchyard. The school building here. So this was originally a wooden building. Holy Innocents was originally a wooden building up until the 1950s when Hurricane Janet struck Barbados in September 1955, damaging many homes, businesses, and buildings. And Holy Innocents School was one affected by the passage of Hurricane Janet. Since then, they rebuilt it into a modern structure in the same year, 1955. So Holy Innocents Church is also leading you to Harrison's Cave, Welshmore Hall Gully. And again, Harrison's Cave runs all under here. That is why it is said that when the service is going on at the church, that the organ from the church vibrates into the cave. So this is the church cemetery over here. This is Holy Innocents Anglican Church. I will go into the church cemetery first before coming back out and going into the church. So I have lots of family that attend church here. My great aunt, the only one I have living, that sings in the choir still. She sings in the choir. Yeah. So this is the church cemetery. I have lots of family laid to rest here. My great aunts, great uncles, great grandparents are all buried here in Holy Innocents Cemetery. The Cave family grave. So this is the church cemetery where most of my family are laid to rest. This is where most people are laid to rest now, since the cemetery in the church is filled. They don't have any space in the cemetery, in the churchyard anymore. So they have to lay the people down over here. Golda Delcina Brown, one of my relatives. She would be my second cousin. She was laid to rest here. So all my ancestors, my great grandmother, my first two aunts, and so on are buried in this cemetery. At the back of the cemetery is the basketball court. So this is the graveyard here. And now to go back over to the church. Go back over to the church now. So this is the church. We'll soon take a walk through the church yard. So up the road here now, they'll be leading you back to Harrison's Cave and Rashford Hall and St. Thomas Post Office. Walk through the church yard, the church cemetery, and show you guys inside of the church yard. As I said before, they don't bury people in the yard anymore in this section here, except it is a family plot or a long-standing member that they are laying to rest. Other than that, they will have to be buried of the street. So this is the church cemetery here, in which most of the people, well, as I said before, I don't bury people up here anymore, except the buried here. Holy Innocents Anglican Church. So this is a beautiful country church. I'm in the countryside at the moment. And I can feel all the cold breeze from the country breeze blowing on me. This is all the sections of the churchyard here. I think I was told that there was a section in this churchyard for people that died from cholera, the cholera outbreak. There's a section in here that is reserved for them. So they don't bury people out here anymore. They have about 4 or so cholera burial grounds in Barbados. St. Matthew's Church has a section for cholera people too. Sherwood Moravian Church and St. George Parish Church. The Gooding family grave. W.T. George Gooding and Mildred Gooding and their children Jeffrey and Sheila. I don't really go to this churchyard out here, you know. The one family grave. So I have lots of family buried here. This church is more Georgian than Gothic. Some more graves. This is the Innes family grave. Innes. This is the grave of John W. Carrington, to the affectionate memory of John W. Carrington, who died the 22nd of January 1889 at the age of 53 years. In memory of Margaret Williams, wife of John W. Carrington of Welshman Hall Plantation in St. Thomas, died the 3rd of November 1881 at the age of 67 years. In memory of Walter Philip Smith, who died the 16th of June 1918 at the age of 82, and his wife Elizabeth Fanny Stratman, who died the 24th of October 1914 at the age of 76. Beatrice Lyle Smith, born the 10th of March 1872 and died the 10th of December 1922, and Phoebe Worrell, born the 30th of January 1871 and died the 21st of January 1962. In very loving memory of Walter Codrington Carrington Smith, born the 15th of June 1873 and died the 7th of December 1956, from Olivia and Phoebe, also his wife Olive Worrell, born the 10th of February 1886 and died the 6th of November 1960. Holy Innocents Church was destroyed by the hurricane of 1831 and rebuilt and rededicated in 1838. Rebuilt in 1838 and rededicated in 1839. So it was rededicated in 1839. The Holy Innocents Church Multipurpose Center. This is the bell tower here. The people of Welshman Hall adore this church very much. Not only Welshman Hall, the whole of the St. Thomas community loves this church. They like this church very much. This is the church, the bell. Nah. The church here, and this is the bell in the tower. This bell was placed here in the late 80s or very early 90s, 89, 90, after the front porch here was built. They took down the bell from here and placed it in here. So this is where the bell is. This is the church vicarage grounds over here. So this front porch was added, a little recent addition to the church. And this is the church hall here. Some more church cemetery. Holy Innocents Anglican Church, a very beautiful church indeed. This is the church vicarage, which is the official residence of the priests. there Ursula Royburn Gill and Eleanor Marjorie Paris. Niece the Maycock family grave here as well. Connell family grave. The grave of former organist Hudson Bates, who is also a relative of mine. He and his wife were buried there. I can afford to tell tales from this tomb because I have lots of family in this grave. In this graveyard, lots. No, no, please, make it in my pocket. Thanks. Thomas Clark. The Clark family grave is right here. Paris family grave. And the grave of former Principal Lester St. Clair Vaughan, who was also the organist of Holy Innocents Church from 1959 to 1977. He was the one who taught the school back in the 1950s and 60s. He also wrote the National Pledge of Barbados in 1973. Lester St. Clair Vaughan. Holy Innocents Anglican Church, Anglican Episcopal. This is the spot where the former Vicar's Club was, which was once the boys' school for Holy Innocents School. The boys' school was here and the girls' school was down below where the whole school is now. And this little road here will lead you back to Brian's Road, known as the Line. Brian's Road and Richmond Hall, St. Thomas is through here. And the Vicar's Club was here, which was the boys' school, which got pushed down in 2005. So, thank you guys for watching now, and have a blessed evening. Stay tuned for more videos of Barbados.